And already divine presence has been here as the table has been set. And the coming together of the children of light upon the earth, connected through heart and mind, bringing in a divine singularity in higher service. And now you begin to feel that frequency that moves from the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. It is that seed source, the divine spark, that keeps you moving in the face of adversity and challenges, that keeps you moving as you sense and feel and know the pain upon the earth. It is that divine spark, indeed that similitude and image of the divine, that reminds you of who you are as a magnificent spiritual being of light. That as you pierce through the illusion and the delusion, as you move away the veils, you begin to sense, feel, and know the magnificence of what you are, who you are, and the role you play. Not only, beloveds, is it upon the sacred earth, but beyond the earth as well. And so we come together as this gathering of light, as this re-remembering of an agreement, of a collaboration, of a commitment of eons and eons ago. But yet and still that imprint, that vague cosmic memory maintains its frequency within the very DNA and makeup of what and who you are as a soul expression of the divine. And so now, as it is with all things in the movement and expansion, in the evolution, in the ever creating of life and death, in creating more and expanded versions of eternal love. We are here at the precipice of the ages of ages and a grand and great collaboration of a creational process that has been unique in its own way. And so there is great interest, there is great admiration of this experience and where it moves now and its next evolutionary leap into oneness. For it has moved in from the spectrum of the depths. And from the depths, beloved, it still maintains in a rising, in a resurrection, in the phoenix, from the ashes, coming through in its brilliance, for it holds the spark of the divine. And the time has come for the next quantum. And even if there were other times that that did not happen, it is now possible now, beloveds. And so we call upon the tribe of light. We call upon the children of the earth who have not forgotten their cosmic origins, their cosmic agreements, their ability to hold unconditional love. And it is indeed that love that has brought you to this moment. The boundlessness of the compassion that you hold. The residence of love ever being present, even in the most precious and challenging of times. But we say to you now, beloveds, that indeed this heart, this sacred heart that you hold, is now moving into a new level of expansion, a new level of being able to touch not only the world, but beyond the world, for it moves into the frequency of the cosmic Christ. It moves into the frequency beyond the earth, For indeed, the cosmic story is way beyond the earth. But we say to you, beloveds, most certainly, the vibration that you hold now beacons out into the solar system of your local loci. Indeed, the brothers and sisters who evolve and revolve around the sacred sun of Helios Vesta moves even beyond that. But for now, beloveds, we will put our intention, our focus into our local solar system, into those heavenly celestial bodies that move around the great sun Helios Vesta. And it is these celestial bodies with the sacred earth that has a story to tell. And in this story to tell is a cosmic story. And it is all about the illusion and delusion of separation. And indeed, beloveds, understand that as above, so below, and so below as above. And so this is a grander story of cosmic proportions. And yet you play the most important role. And as you come together as a humanity in the understanding and the expansion that is there now to step forward in a more illumined and conscious way, we call upon the children of light to remember the path that they have chosen, the path that leads to the divine plan, the path that the Ami Shaddai has been and continues to be in that movement of ascension of this sacred planet, but indeed the entire solar system of Helios Vesta, to bring into a timeline, the Christed timeline, a Christed vision, and in the various cultures, and in the various expressions of the divine, it is this one thing in the deepest of all cosmic memory that comes up to the front in all expressions. Indeed, beloveds, it is in your day-to-day activities that you see reflections of this memory coming back at you. Through your own contemplations, your dreams, through the books that you are drawn to read, some from many decades ago. From indeed the movies that you see, the ones you play in your mind, the ones you create. They all are part of the grand cosmic story. And this cosmic story is one that you help to write in its conclusion and in its rebirth. And even as you write this story now for this solar system, beloveds, as you come to find out, as great co-creators, you impact the cosmos, rippling in the cosmic waters that are ceaseless and boundless. And it is now that we say to the children of light, indeed, to expand your consciousness, expand your awareness, expand all to possibilities. For the great clarion call is here once again. The call upon the family of light, the Ami Shaddai, and all of the expressions. And so no longer, beloveds, are you simply dealing with, integrating with, communicating with humanity, but also too on the various expressions of the divine. And so you begin to expand your senses, no longer limited to the gravitational pull of the earth, but indeed at the very minimum to your local loci. And so you have your brothers and your sisters in consciousness teeming with life, teeming with life indeed. The visible construct you're in, it is so small in proportion to what actually is behind the scenes. For there is more in the invisible worlds that are invisible to you that impacts the visible world you can see with the five senses of the human biology. But we say, beloveds, that you are no longer limited to that perspective as you increase as a humanity and as a singularity into the soul pulse that calls you to the divine. It is indeed that love of God that pulls you and moves you beyond limitation, moves you beyond challenges, and moves you beyond the known. And so we say to you, beloveds, here, that see here now this flow of energy that begins to come in from the highest celestial realms of light. That indeed the Ami Shaddai, the family of light, from all streams of consciousness come into this singularity to create this divine sacred platform we find ourselves in. And in this platform that we are all together here now begins to rise in frequency and expand. And there is indeed an integration into this frequency of light that comes under you, lifting you and holding you. And as you breathe your holy sacred breath in the memory that indeed you breathe the breath of the divine, for all creation is the in-breath and out-breath. And it is the great in-breath that calls us now, the great in-breath that brings us home. And so we now allow ourselves to fall into this loving embrace indeed, this divine communion that embraces each and every one. And together as the Ami Shaddai, as the family of light, upon this platform uplifted, and each and every holy sacred in-breath and out-breath, we now begin to feel, sense, and know the higher frequencies that come and integrate into the very breath that we breathe. No longer limited to the biology of the lungs, but indeed each and every cell within the body has this in-breath and out-breath, the very divine rhythm of the cosmos. And the cosmic Christ frequency coming in a brilliant, brilliant yellow gold. But within this yellow gold, it is the whitest of white. And as you begin to see this into your spiritual eye, you see that this is the frequency that is lifting and expanding. And all parts of your being, from the higher self to the physical biology, to the very crystals within your blood, to the very geometrics and gematриas that are now activated within your own DNA, within each and every cell, which in each and every body system, and moving, expanding into the boundlessness of who and what you are. No longer perimeters, no longer boundaries, no longer blocks, but total freedom, total freedom. In the memory of this freedom, bringing expansion and freedom, where there is no limitation, there is no boundary. This is the ascended realms of boundlessness and of freedom. It is the remembering of this frequency. It is the remembering of bringing this into your field. It is the remembering of integrating it into, yes, even your physical, mental, and emotional expressions upon a material world. For as you are integrated into this higher platform, so too the children of light are integrated into the sacred mother, the sacred earth. And as you expand and move in your soul pulse, in your striving to serve in your highest capacity because of the higher love you feel for Creator, so too you bring that integration upon the earth and beyond the earth. You move it into the celestial bodies, and you move it into the body timeline of the asteroid belt. You bring in Tiamat and Marduk. You bringing a redesign of the solar system that you understand today to the original one. And you bring it into the highest timeline of Genesis. You bring it back into the Eden tree. You bring it back into the original thought. And as you bring this back into the original thought, you come together as with the Amishadai, the great archangels, the great lifted ones, the divine sacred messengers. And the children of light upon the earth who have not forgotten come back into the original timeline of the God force, the love force. And we bring in that energy of freedom and boundlessness. We bring in that balance. We bring in that peace. We bring in that vision. And so we breathe the sacred holy in-breath and out-breath. We expand in the Christ consciousness, the cosmic Christ. We move throughout the solar system of Helios Vesta. We hold this frequency band of the original Eden. We hold the original of the sacred vision of this creation. We hold the vision of the Adam Kadmon, the divine human. We hold the vision of the guardianship of the Adam Kadmon, the divine human. We hold the blessedness. We hold the purity of the Eden tree, the original tree for this sacred creation. And as we feel this energy coursing in through and around us, within our physical, mental, emotional bodies and beyond, as we see the higher tree now, the Eden tree, beginning to sprout branches. And as we are there holding this frequency, to bring forth the branches up to the frequency of the cosmic Christ. As we hold this for the entire solar system of Helios Vesta, as it sprouts up from the sacred earth, moving in all directions, touching, impacting, and bringing forth this frequency of the higher Eden tree, now being created by the family of light. For the higher vision and purpose, the higher service begins to unfold into this golden age upon the sacred earth and upon all the celestial bodies, coming together as one unified field of peace, bringing in the healing and the balancing, once again, the original thought. That all the kingdoms integrate in its original and highest form, all the kingdoms upon the earth, all the kingdoms upon all celestial bodies, coming into the higher vision of the Christed divine Maitreya Eden tree. And so we hold and bring as nurturing, as manna from heaven, the frequency of the cosmic Christ into the very roots of this Eden tree. And as the branches move out in all directions, as it moves up, striving to the sun, behind the sun, behind the sun, and its cosmic expression, to bring illumined light once again upon the darkness, that has fell upon the creation of Helios Vesta and beyond the solar system. We hold the Eden tree, the original thought, the divine genesis, the regenerous, the re-emerging of the resurrection and the phoenix. We hold this frequency. We hold the frequency of freedom. We hold the frequency of the Christ Maitreya energy. We feel it moving through our bodies. We feel it igniting, triggering. Time locks now being unlocked. Time locks now being unlocked. Blockages being removed, disintegrated, eliminated. For the idea and the frequency of freedom is upon us. Free to remember who we are. Free to bring back our power, our divine abilities. Freedom to come back in alignment with the Adam Kadmon, the original design. Coming from the highest realms of Zion. Coming from the higher dimensional realms of Shambhala. Coming from the upper worlds of light. We now reconnect, expand, and move into the higher frequency and hold it now for the sacred earth and for her brothers and sisters who evolve and revolve around the sun of Helios Vesta. In the knowing that it goes beyond that into the great sons of Alcyon, into the great constellations that are within our local cosmic neighborhood. We breathe the sacred in-breath and we hold the frequency. We hold this frequency of expansion and upliftment. We hold the frequency of freedom, of balance, and of peace. Esamana sefa en elaman sea taso elaman senan eseamani esama salam esa Om esama som Om malam desena he alam olam sama olam osama olam sama olam sama. Now, we prepare ourselves to be back, centered and grounded to the earth, knowing that we have been touched and have touched the frequency of freedom, expansiveness, consciousness, and upliftment. Allowing this integration to take place in the hours, the days, and weeks and months to come. In our commitment of higher service to the divine. And so we prepare ourselves on the count of 3 to be back, awake and alert. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3. We are back, awake, alert, and we are grounded.